going to cross then to Cape Town, talk to our correspondent Emsie Ferreira, who joins us from there. Emsie, I mean, we actually talked about this this time yesterday, didn't we? The apparent lack of troops on the ground there, but the government now obviously trying to change that.
Absolutely. We had that briefing yesterday, and there's a plan to increase the number of soldiers on the ground tenfold. But we've also just seen that there's been an instruction to all reserve members of the military to report to their base units at first light this morning. So finally, there's a strong rollout of troops. And this is particularly essential now in KwaZulu-Natal, in Durban. That port city has lost 15 billion rand in the past 6 days of looting. And so while the situation appears to have calmed down in Gauteng, this really hasn't been the case in KwaZulu-Natal. We spoke to communities there last night who said they've yet to see a soldier. So what's crucial now is to open supply lines, to stop fuel and food shortages getting worse. But what also really is critical is this has interrupted the government's vaccine rollout program since the weekend already. So I think there's a lot of anxiety in getting that to resume again. I think in part the government has started to respond very strongly to the military now because there's a realization that this isn't a popular uprising, that this is something that was planned and orchestrated.
Yeah, as we were saying, Emsie, that evidence really emerging that there is a little bit more behind some of this.
Quite, and it's leading back to intelligence operatives loyal to the former president. This was, of course, always a major preoccupation throughout his 9 years in power and even before of Jacob Zuma, to ensure that he had the intelligence community on his side. And we had evidence led before the Commission of Inquiry into State Corruption in the past few months, where people testified as to the extent to which the intelligence agencies were abused to advance Jacob Zuma's political and private interests. So we've now had the police minister and the deputy minister of state security say there was a very well orchestrated campaign of economic sabotage. And this is why ports and roads and freight operations were targeted. And then, of course, it turned into something of a free-for-all. When people who were interviewed at malls as they were attempting to loot said, no, they're really not here because of Jacob Zuma. They simply taking what they're not normally able to buy. But I think that's cleared up something for government here. And they've identified 12 people who were actively involved in inciting this. We orchestrated this campaign, but we haven't seen any arrests in that regard yet.
Emsie, thanks very much. Emsie Ferreira, correspondent, talking to us there from Cape Town.